everybody, my name is Eric Spooner. I'm a custom systems automation engineer here at Methods Machine Tools, and we're just going to go over a cell that we have here for you guys. This is an HMI right here. That stands for Human Machine Interface, and it's basically just an industrial PC, and it runs Windows. And what the controls team does here is creates a custom software that we use. Depending on the application, it'll be different than others. Two main protocols that this HMI uses in its software is FANUC Focus, which dynamically creates macros based on the user input, which I'll go over very briefly soon, and along with FANUC PCDK for communication to our CRX robot there in the background, which we'll also get into soon. Coming closer here, I'll just briefly explain the interface of this. So this is a UI, user interface, where in this case it's making business cards. Up in the top left here is where you would enter your first and last name, the company that you work at, and how many business cards you actually want to create. In this case, I've just pre-populated it for the video. So we'd come down here, hit add to queue, and it now populates the cell part queue with, in this case, the same thing 15 times, but if you had 15 different people, all at 15 different companies, that would all show accurate to what they put in. The next thing that they would do is hit robot start. Again, right up here, hit robot start. It asks you to basically check some things, make sure our out feed bin is empty, which it is, yes. And it will then go into cycle. Just for safety, we start the robot at a slow speed. So I will go ahead and speed it up for the camera. So one of the other main aspects of the cell is the use of FANUC's MT-LINKi, which is a machine monitoring software that displays and collects operational data for the machines or robots that are set up to be connected with it. In this case, we have the RoboDrill and the CRX here. Up at the screen, if you right now notice that the RoboDrill is yellow in its stop state and the robot is green in its operational state. What that is saying is that basically the robot is in cycle right now and the machine is in an idle state waiting to be set into a cycle start. The next raw part that the robot loads into the cell will cause the machine to turn from yellow to green to an operate stage while it is actually in cycle until it finishes what it is doing. And over here on the right screen is the vision runtime for the robot. So the FANUC 3D vision camera is being used for this, specifically the 3DV/400, and we are displaying what the camera is actually seeing basically, along with the data that is coming out of the camera to the robot. So might have been hard to see, but down here all of these numbers just updated along with the parts up here. Part 1 is in the top left, and if you look down at the bin, the robot has just grabbed from that corner. It sorts it by height, so in this case that was the highest part that I could possibly grab. And we wanted to do it that way because this is a bin picking scenario where you want to be grabbing parts from top down until there's no more left. So one of the main aspects for safety in the cell is the use of Inspec's radar scanners. They sense the presence of a human's heartbeat, and they can also detect static objects that would normally not be there. This is used in conjunction with the machine so that nobody can accidentally crawl inside of the machine while the auto door is open or while it's closing, for example. We also included a RotoClear camera on this cell, which is basically an industrial camera that is meant to be used in the world of machining in dirty, nasty environments. If you come over here and take a look inside, attached to the left here is the RotoClear camera. It is on some ball joints, so you can swivel it around and aim it pretty much at whatever you would like. This gives a high quality live stream of what's going on inside of the cell at any given time. In about 10 seconds or so, the robot will come over and load up a part, and you'll be able to see it actually up on the screen, which should be overlaid. Another aspect of this RotoClear camera is the fact that you can actually record with it. So if you were a machine shop and you wanted to get some good video of the inside of your cell actually cutting apart, this would be a good solution for that. For this project, we're using the FANUC CRX 10IA/L robot. The L means it's a long arm, so it has a farther reach, and the 10 corresponds to the payload in kilograms. For this project on the robot's end-to-arm tool, we are using on-robot's vacuum gripper and 2-jaw parallel grippers mounted to a dual extension flange, so we can use them both at the same time basically. Inside the cell right now you can see the vacuum gripper going to work, picking a part up on its face and on its way to the regrip station, where it will then grab the part with the 2-jaw gripper. This tablet that I'm holding right here is the robot's teach pendant, which is a bit different from other FANUC robots. The yellow industrial robots use a slightly bigger pendant that is not a touchscreen. It's a bit more rigid, which makes sense because in a collaborative environment, you will probably not be around a bunch of industrial equipment and other things that could damage something.